So you want to own your own business. Well, first of all, you live in America, so if you want to own your own business, I recommend that you do everything in your power to give it a shot. There's no such thing as failure when you stand back up. The only time you fail in life is when you stumble and you fall and you refuse to rise again. You know, I've stumbled a lot of times in my life, and I've went through some things that I just thought would end up holding me down. And what I've come to realize is that when you stumble and you get up again, all that failure became was a roadblock. It's just a learning lesson. I mean, there is no failure until you throw your hands up and give up. And living in America, you know, regardless of the economy in the day and age, you have more freedoms as far as owning a business and the way you manage your life than any other country in the world. So if I wanted to start a business, I would do it. But what people fail to realize is that whether or not you make $10 million a year or you make $50,000 a year in your business, you will be involved in it for 12 hours a day if it will be successful. There is no undercutting the hours and the amount of involvement in a personally owned business. You know, people seem to think that if they get it taken off and they hire several employees to manage and run it, that they're fine. But the truth is that nobody cares about your business other than it being a paycheck and maybe having some loyalty to you like you do. When you own a business, it's your lifeblood. I mean, if that business goes under, it's not just the end of your paycheck, it's the end of your, you know, mortgage payment, any loans you have standing against your business, any liens. I mean, it's a much bigger thing than losing a job that you have with the business. And, you know, if I worked for a place and they went out of business, I lost my job. And it might be a big hit, but I can probably transfer my skills and get rehired. If I lose my business, I've got to go work for somebody, and that's a whole new attitude of life because I've spent my whole life managing myself. You know, my family might own the business, but I've ran it for a long time, and you know, it's much different when you're your own boss than when you have to work under somebody because you can't make the judgment calls and you don't have your own leadership like you do in a business. But if I give any advice to anybody that's thinking about owning their own business is that do your research, spend 1 to 2 years building a financial plan and a goal plan and build out the entire business, you know, a firm business plan for about 2 years and plan it. Talk to business people, talk to banks about loaning and everything and figure out exactly what you want to do and research it and investigate it. And if you do all the homework and all the research and you do everything down to the point like you should, you'll succeed. It's a matter of how much you want it. It's a matter of work ethic. Because if you're willing to put in 12 hours a day until you get this thing off the ground and you've done your homework, it can't fail.